All right. Hello, everyone. I missed a day. Well, technically, I missed 2 days because this is going to be. Well, no, actually, it's the same day. So I basically missed one day of vlogging. Today, I think I know what I want to do. I think I'm going to start making actual YouTube videos of myself getting into shape. I've just recently just been watching like a bunch of like YouTube shorts and stuff, people working out. I'm like, man, maybe that's where I'll find the girl. You know? You know what I mean? It's weird. It's a weird thought, but maybe like there's a lot of thoughts that came into my head today. I don't really do. That was me passing gas. I'm not gonna lie, that was me. No. Today is September the 18th. I want to say. I want to say September 18th. At 11:40 p.m. I could be wrong. It could be 17th. Maybe last video was the 17th or 16th. I want to say. It was one of those days, right? Anyway. Today I want to talk about my thought process on working out. I don't know how I want to do this. I'm kind of afraid, not gonna lie. I guess I should just start, right? I mean, that's what I've been doing recently, just starting my videos and just starting. I think that's the right idea. Because one day, you know what, I'm gonna actually try to put stuff into existence, speak things into existence. I remember when I was like 16, 17, and I remember watching basketball. Like, this is when I was like kind of into basketball a little bit. And I watched LeVar Ball talk about his sons and talk about speaking things into existence and like manifestation. And it was like, damn, that's kind of powerful and it's kind of true. Because like all my life, I've had people tell me that I'm not as good as so-and-so, I'm not good enough, or, I'll never be able to do it. And I feel like a lot of the reasons that's why it's like I just was gun shy about everything in my life, to be honest. Like talking to girls, sports, I just had a hard time just doing anything. I think I also had I was taught not to really show things I wanted. Like when I was younger, I know it's such a weird conversation I'm starting, but I remember when I was younger, my sister, it was like, I would say like, it wasn't Christmas time. I was like maybe 6 or 7. And this is when I feel like I first realized that maybe we were struggling in life. Well, not maybe. My sister told me. She was about 10, 11 years old. And I was probably like 7 or 8. Probably 7. Or something. It was like early childhood. I remember I was looking at this commercial. And you know how back in the day, well, I guess back in the 2000s, the commercials were really, really pushing for kids. And, I'm a kid, so I was like, I obviously wanted things. I used to see the commercials, tell my mom, I want this, I want this, I want this. Can I have it? Can I have it? And often she would say, yeah. But, like, I would never get it. But I would always, I wouldn't even think about it. I wouldn't even think about it, like, getting it. I just wanted to say I wanted it. And I guess one day my sister had enough. And she, I remember this like it was yesterday. Well, I don't remember exactly what she said, but she said something along the lines that, like, you need to stop begging and asking for stuff because we don't have it. Or we don't have, and you're putting stress on mom and stuff like that, Basically saying I should feel bad for wanting things. And I feel like ever since then, I've really never really like asked for stuff because I felt bad at that point. Like ever since that point, I'm not blaming my sister, but I really feel like I felt bad for wanting things. And I feel like that's why a lot of my life where I really wasn't, like I wanted to do sports, my mom told me no. I remember one time I wanted to do football, she said no. I remember that. That was when I was a young kid. It's like, damn, my life could have been so much different. But I guess I can't blame anybody but I can blame them for that. But now that I'm 23 years old, it's like, I gotta make my own choices now. My life is in my own hands, I guess, which is scary, but or like freeing at the same time. Because I really don't have anything. If anything, I'm in the deficit. Like, I really have no experience. I'm really bad at working. I'm really bad at saving money. I'm in debt, but like, I'm just like in debt like thousands of dollars. And I have nothing to my name. I have nothing. My parents have nothing to their names, and I don't have anything to my name. So it's just like, it's like, fuck, man. Like, it's so funny. Like, I remember one video, or one of the later videos, I said that I actually have seen like poor people, and I've seen really rich people, and I've been in like arm's reach. So I know what rich, like wealthy looks like. I know how it feels. I know what it sounds like. And the weird thing is, like, I bet there's like kids who are like, they have just all this money that's gonna be gifted to them, or their parents are gonna take care of them. Their parents are just gonna fix every problem that they have. And they're just starting off so well in life. And they can have a girlfriend, they have a good job, and now at this point it's just like, damn, I'm just falling behind like I always do in life. But I guess that brings me back to me starting to work out, because I used to kind of work out a little bit for sports, but it wasn't about me being physically healthy. It was just about me making a certain weight class or looking a certain way. I mean, yeah, at the same time I do want to look a certain way, but I think I also want to be healthy and just take care of myself. I had a friend not too long ago. I was telling him about my life. Oh damn, I gotta talk about online stuff, because I used to do RPs. I still do RPs now, like role plays, but it's not like anything like sexual. It was just like, it's like, fantasy stuff, like, build world building and stuff like that. And I have one friend, and she told me, I was telling her about how shitty my life is, and like how I feel like I have no value, I have no worth, and the thing is, she was just like, sometimes you should make worth. I was like, damn, you're right. Even though I didn't like what I heard, because I was like, damn, I want to be like, yeah, you're worth something. You're worth something. But I guess for a man, you really don't have worth. You have to acquire it. You know what I mean? It's like, I hate to sound like it's toxic masculinity, but I really feel like women, once they get to a certain age, like 18, 20, like the early 20s is when they're at their peak. It's just like, they get everything they could possibly want. As long as you take care of yourself as a woman, or like look moderately well. And I hate how that sounds kind of misogynistic, but it's true. It's like, women early on in life have so many more avenues to just do anything that they want. Especially nowadays, where it's like, literally women just make money off of just thirsty men, or like thirsty boys, or just, And I feel like it's kind of predatory, but it's not at the same time. So like, they're doing what they, it's not like these guys don't know. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, damn, you know what I mean? It's just like weird. Because like the opposite of what men, because like early on, a lot of men aren't worth shit. So, or they don't have much to their names unless you like have a rich parent. But even then, it's like some rich parents want you to earn your own. I mean, and it's so weird, right? Because like most girls, they look good, they're dressing well and stuff like that, and it's like young men, most young men look very not attractive, I guess, because we're unmatured. We don't look exactly how we should, like like a man, I guess. You know what I mean? Like even though you have like a man's mentality, you're starting to learn. It's like women like finished product. I feel like men like to build. You know what I mean? So it's like it's weird because I've always thought this too. Whenever I've had a girlfriend, I was just like, oh yeah, I can build on them. And I don't know if that's like a toxic trait because I feel like it's actually a good thing for me. It's just like I don't want someone who's perfect. You know what I mean? I want to be with someone who's at the bottom of the ring totem pole, or like we come up together type of thing. Because I never really found that ever. Well, I probably have, but it's like I had a video about my relationship, so it's not exactly, it's weird, basically. But like ever since then, I really haven't found someone where it's just like they see the potential that I have, even though it's like covered in just a bunch of bullshit. And it's like I'm really not that good of a guy, or I'm not really, all I can say is I honestly have a good heart. And I don't know, sometimes I feel like that gets me in trouble sometimes, or I think too much, or just, I don't know, I struggle a lot with just anything. It's like now, like I guess it also just like a lot of things today, they're just coming to me. So I've been playing a lot of video games recently, and I really haven't been enjoying them. And that could just be like my own human error, where I don't like actually deep dive and try to actually learn how to play the game, and I just do whatever and just play casually. But I want to win. It's like you're a casual player, but you always want to win. It's just so weird. Like that's such a weird like thought, Yeah. Anyway, I I feel like I should probably try to do more when it comes to learning how to do stuff. It's just I've never really had drive, I guess. Well, like I said, ever since I like me not wanting to want something, it's like what's the point of asking if it's never gonna happen? Or it's like what's the point of asking for people to do stuff for me if it's never like they're never gonna come through? But it's just I'd rather just do without, or just get it myself. And it's like sometimes I don't even get it myself because I'd rather do without. It's weird. So it's like recently I was just like, I'm gonna make myself like back to the worth thing. It's like, man, you know what? I'm gonna try to build worth, because if I want to find the woman of my dreams, or the woman that I feel like I deserve, or I feel like that I want, or it's just I remember watching a video and just like, are you worthy of this woman? It was something about like, are you worthy of that woman to be the person that you need to be? And I'm kind of scared that maybe I had met that woman at one point, and I wasn't mentally mature enough, or I wasn't all there, or I was like physically fit. It's like because just like I like stuff, and I like how like women look, I'm sure there's women who like how a certain man looks. It's like personality can do a lot, but it's like if you're not attracted to someone somewhat physically, it's gonna not gonna end well. A lot of those relationships have become like it's weird. I mean, I've seen people who've been in good relationships with people, but it's like obviously that's not my scenario. And you know what? Maybe I haven't met that girl yet. I think I just want to find her while I'm young. I don't want to be an old man and finally find her. It's just such a weird thought, because like, man, I'm 23 years old, but like I can't help but compare myself to other people who are my age, like Kai Cenat, who's just as old as me. He's younger than me, and he's like a multi-millionaire. I'm like, fuck, dude. I literally have nothing to my name. And he's literally the opposite, where he just has the world as his oyster. And it's like a little bit of envy and jealousy. And then I look at other people like Gideon, who's almost the same age as me, or a little bit older than me. I'm just like, man, he also has way more than I have, and I just like, man, I just want to beg them to just give me $100,000 and just let me grow from there on. But at the same time, it's like, you know what, that is very weak to do, because like, what's the point of having any worth if you just get it from someone else? Or, it's just like, yeah, I'll be a reliever, but you know what they say, money just makes you more of what you are. And I've never had enough money where I can figure out what I actually am. Cause like, yeah, I feel like I am lazy. I wouldn't say lazy, but I'm very laid back, and I do end up like making a mess. Like, my room is a mess right now, and I need to clean it because it's completely dirty. And I'm just laying it, and it's like, I feel like I have I want to do better, but I never do it. And you know what? I think starting today, I actually want to start trying, or at least do something. You know what I mean? I'm probably gonna come out with another video soon. Maybe I'll post something on TikTok and try to get people to watch the video. But yeah, that was my thoughts for today. I really want to end it soon, so I can watch a streamer and then go to bed and then wake up at like 5 and then start that video. Maybe I'll walk for like 30 minutes and then, just baby steps, because I'm not going to lose all this weight, or I'm not going to like look better without doing small things at once, like, I'm going to try to walk for 30 minutes today, walk for an hour tomorrow, walk for maybe this whole week. I just walk, since it's technically gonna be Friday. I'll just do a bunch of walking for a week. So I'll try to do 30 minutes today, 30 minutes tomorrow, or 30 minutes, no, an hour tomorrow, an hour and 30 minutes. That might be too much, right? I don't know. I feel like jogging is not a good idea for me, because I'm just way too overweight to be doing that, like 290 pounds. So it's like, bro, I'm not going to be able to jog for 30 minutes. Like, I could barely do when I was 215 pounds. So it's like, I should probably just not do that. Because I could barely run when I was 215 pounds. Like, 290, it's like I'm basically walking in a fat suit all over the place. I'm going to at least try to do some push-ups and sit-ups and stuff, at least, right? That should be something I should at least try to do. Okay, so 30-minute walk, and I do as many push-ups as I can. Like, I'll just do as much as I can today or tomorrow, make the video, and then, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make the video, and then I'm gonna post it tomorrow, midday maybe. Maybe figure something out. I don't know. I think I'm done with feeling sorry for myself, because I feel like no one's gonna tell. Well, everyone. It's weird because it's like, when I hear it from other people, it just feels rude. Because they just say, start feeling sorry for yourself, or you gotta do better. But they never tell me how to do better, or they never give me a way to like learn how to do better. It's just always, I gotta figure it out, which is kind of like, it kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say demoralize. Demoralize is kind of a word for it, but it kind of like, it's a different word I'm looking for. I won't say demoralize, but it's very similar. It's like, I feel kind of like, it's like a pressure, but not really pressure. It's like a different word for it. I can't really think of it, but there's a word for it. Damn. It's like, okay, so when someone like puts you down, but they don't give your, like, not put you down, but it's like trying to tell you get your shit together, but it's like, how do I get my shit together? And it's like, and then I try, and it's just like, I feel defeated a little bit, I guess. Like, if I try and I don't get the results that I want, I feel a little defeated. There's a different word, but I can't really demoralize. It's like, yeah, demoralized, defeated. There's like another word for it, but I just really can't think of it right now. Maybe someone in the future might be able to say what the word is. I'm gonna come back eventually one day to these videos and try to. That's gonna be so crazy to think about. Like a few years from now, hopefully that this channel has gotten to a certain point where I could take care of myself and just. I don't want a regular job, but at the same time, I know I'm gonna have to get one. At least until I can get this YouTube thing. Isn't that so weird? It's like everybody wants to be a content creator. It's like, well, all the real jobs, like the teaching jobs and stuff. I mean, someone will do it. There's like millions of people in the world, right? It's just, I don't know. It feels like unless you make it immediately, it's like you're fucked. But at the same time, it's like I've seen older people who are like old, and they're content creators. So why can't I do it? You know? I know it's like a false dream, but it's like I remember when I was a kid. I don't think I ever said this. I said it on one of my live streams at one point, but people who watch me on my live stream, they don't follow me that much. I remember one day my cousin asked me, he said, "What do you want to be when you're older?" And I told him, without even thinking about it, I told him I want to be a superhero. And he laughed at me. And I said, I'm serious, I want to be a superhero. And which the weird thing is, I was so, like, in my head, ever since I was a kid, I always, like, I remember, I used to have, like, a T. How I used to draw people, I used to draw them in a triangle, give them arms and legs. And what I used to do was, I used to do a circle, did a triangle, did arms and legs, and put a big old T in the middle. I used to really love Superman as well. Superman and the Flash was like that's where I got my inspiration from. And I feel like a lot of my like imagination got killed when I like started getting to like trouble and like had family problems. My imagination started dying out because then I couldn't really. The only way I couldn't cope with my imagination anymore because real life was just too much for me. And it still is a lot for me. It's like I feel like I'm very not whole. Because like video games aren't very fun to me. That's also one of the reasons why I decided, you know what? I think I need to do something else. I need to change things. Because like, yeah, I'm a content creator. I've been creating content for 4 years. But it's only been streaming. It's only been streaming games I don't like. Or like, I don't like them enough to be like, oh yeah, I love this game. I love playing it every day. Like, I only play it because I have to. Or like, it's like, oh yeah, I know how to play this game, so I'm just going to play it. It's not like I actually like it. It's like in my head, I always think like, okay, I hope one day I can have a game where I'm like the ninja of it. But I guess that's not really like the way you want to go about things, right? Because I've noticed that there's a lot of games nowadays where it's like, as soon as a new game comes out and it's popular, everyone wants to be the best at it, which makes it so that everyone has to optimize, which means the meta is going to be found quicker. It's like back in the day, people rarely used the meta weapons. Like you did meta shit, because it's like YouTube was. I guess people used YouTube, but not as much as they use it now. Because, like, back then, I could probably say there's probably, like, 500,000 content creators. There's probably millions now. Like, millions on top of millions. Like, I bet you there's, like, 1 billion accounts, YouTube accounts. Or over 1 billion. I bet you back in the day, there's probably, like, 30 million, maybe. Maybe back then. You know what I mean? Like, the top YouTubers, like 10 years ago, PewDiePie was at like 50 billion subscribers, 50 million subscribers. And that was like the most anyone ever had. Like, he was the biggest YouTuber. which is weird to think about. Because now he's at like 150 million or like 200 million now. It's just crazy. It's like doubled and tripled. So it's like it has to like triple and double now, like, which is scary to think about because there's a lot more content creators. It's like, damn, getting to the top is like very difficult. And I don't know. I don't think I'm that interesting. I don't know how to dance. All I really know how to do is like sing a little bit and just share my life story. And I feel like that's all I have to offer the world. Really, I don't really have anything else. Like I wish I had $1 million. I wish I was a billionaire and I could just make the world better. You know, like video games that I actually feel like could have potential. But okay, you know what? I'm gonna buy this studio. I'm gonna buy this company. I'm gonna have them lose money or make money. I want this game to be played, or like this game needs to take on my vision. But I was like, damn. At the same time, I guess I'd lose my money immediately. I'd lose a lot of my money. But at the same time, I feel like I feel like that. I don't know. People with money are very greedy, and all I want to do is make money instead of leaving an impact on the world, which I find is really weird. Because like your legacy is the most important thing, and like people talk about Shakespeare even now. To think about, it's like Shakespeare has been dead for over 400 years, and people still talk about him. And they'll probably still talk about him for another 400 years if people, you know, it's like, it's gonna be so weird. Like, they're probably talking from, but as long as literature is a thing in the world, or in America, or like in England, or like, you know, like philosophers, and those guys will always be remembered because they left a legacy that can be unmatched, or, you know, that's been matched by few. It's just like, you know what I mean? Like, there's, like, PewDiePie is not going to be remembered in 400 years or 500 years, or neither is Kai Cenat, or, because they don't really have a legacy. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the next thing, the next goal for a lot of these content creators is like, they're going to try to leave a legacy. Or, you know, but I feel like that's something hard to do because you have to kind of do something that'll change the world forever. Sorry, I talk too much, but that's what's been on my mind recently. It's like, I'm young and I really need to figure out what I want to do with my life. And I think I'm tired of just contemplating. Now that I'm saying it, I'm going to post it as a YouTube video. I think I really want to actually try to start, at least attempt, or max out everything in my life. Because I remember listening to a David Goggins interview. I think he was talking to Joe Rogan. He was saying he was afraid of dying and going to heaven and having a meeting with God and saying this and saying his name. And it shows all these great things that he did. And he's like, that's not me. And then God's like, no, that's who you're supposed to be. I don't know exactly how it's supposed to be worded, but basically it's just like saying that you didn't live up to your potential, and you died not living up to your potential. And I feel like I've already wasted a lot of my potential on, like, being a kid. And I feel like I don't want to waste it anymore. And I don't want to die knowing that I could have done great things and I decided not to. Or at least didn't try to. So, thank you for listening to this episode, I guess. Enjoy the rest of your day or night or whenever you listen to this. Who's ever listening to this, I'm going through it right now. I'm 23 years old. I'm going through it. So, hopefully someone comes across this years from now and if it's just my kids or someone or a kid that somebody, anybody, someone who's like feels the same way that I feel, Hopefully, hopefully they get something out of this. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.